All right, so I'm here at Beckett Airfield. So where the first two videos started was on the other side over there on the side street. So now I'm in the parking lot of the airfield, and we're gonna go through this trail right here. We're gonna loop all the way around the lake and then come back to this exact spot. And it turns out to be about 6 miles exactly. So let's get on it. So this gate right here is always closed. You just go around it. You can actually go around it on either side. This is a little bit uphill. It's not a big deal. I'm here during the middle of the week. Usually on the weekends, that parking lot gets pretty packed. Also, I'm here in the summer. Usually during the winter, this is a little bit greener. Here's a nice little downhill right here. Get some speed up. So there's a trail right here off to the left. It does circle around and come back to this, or it breaks off and goes up through the hills right there. Right where that sign is where the trail comes back out of. You'll see it off to our left here. All right, we're approaching more closed gates, but off to your right, there's a way through. Hear the airplanes. Okay, so this is the main fork in the road. We are going this way through the RV park, but we're gonna come back up this way. All right, so let me show you the way that I go through here. So this is during the week, so it's not that busy, but on the weekend, this gets very busy. So what I usually like to do is just keep hanging rights. So you come in, turn right, and then you just follow this around, and then you're gonna have the lake on your right. And then pretty much this whole time, we're gonna be keeping the lake on our right. You can go the other way and come back around. But I prefer this way a little bit better. The inclines seem to be a little bit more gradual compared to the other way where they're all at once and very abrupt. So here's the lake. So just keep it to our right. Just follow this road around. Now this will look quite a bit different during the weekend just because of all these spots being taken up. But just keep following this around. Very pretty. All right, so now here's where we need to go. See where it says road closed? That's where we're going. All right, so there's this little gate right here. I've only seen it closed on like holidays, 4th of July, Labor Day, stuff like that. I think it's they're trying to keep people out of the park and vice versa, but it looks like people have already cut a way through that gate. So you're gonna go through this right here. All right, and the lake is still to our right. We're just gonna follow this around. This does lead into a little bit of an incline. There's a bird. All right, so this starts the incline up. It's not that bad. But as soon as you turn this corner, it just starts getting higher and higher. Here we go. Very quiet and peaceful. But what's cool is as soon as you get to the top of this, you see the whole lake, which is just right up here. All right, ready for the grand reveal? Boom. There's the lake. It's very beautiful. Airplane coming in. All right, so pretty much we're going down this way and we're gonna go all the way around. Like literally all the way around. And then back up through that way. But let's get on it. So right here, there's a decent downhill. Also, one of my favorite spots to sit is right up here, right before this downhill. There's this little park bench right there. I just think it has one of the best views out there, right there. There's also a really good spot to take sunset shots from. But okay. Here's the first downhill. That's a real good one. So this is pretty aggressive if you're just riding up it. So that's why I recommend coming this way rather than riding up it. So there is a pretty big kind of like a wash at the bottom here. So that's why I tend not to take this at full speed right here. So if you're coming from the other way, you'd have to ride up that, which I've done it. It's not fun. So think of this as just like a boardwalk that pretty much goes around the whole lake. There's a few spots that it seems like it ends, but as long as you keeping the lake to your right, you'll be fine. Or if you're coming from the other way, you keep the lake to your left. There's plenty of bathrooms. Like there's a bathroom to my left there. There's plenty of park benches. Awesome places to sit down and have lunch. There's water. There's drinking fountains right there to my left. So definitely a cool place. So here's another one of those situations. We're gonna cross the little street right here, and we're gonna keep the lake to our right. Birds. This part's a bit uphill. It's fairly gradual. See, there's more bathrooms, more drinking fountains. It's a little bit more downhill. But at every point when you think you can pick up speed, there's one of those kind of wash divots for drainage. Here's another one. Cool little pier. All right, let's keep going. Plenty of places to have a nice lunch, picnic. I really like this this spot off to our left here. I don't know why. This little cove. Anyways, very nice there. Oh, there's a squirrel. I've seen all kinds of wildlife here, raccoons, squirrels, rabbits, and coyote, I believe. So yeah, you just keep following us around. I think my fastest time around this whole thing biking, it's probably around 30 minutes. Today I'm taking a little bit more casual. So this goes over this little bridge. So right here, follow the path left. I know. I said keep right, but you gotta follow this left because if you go right, it's just a parking lot. And you'll see why once we get up here. But if you look off to the left, there's a playground, tons of picnic benches, drinking fountains, trash cans. Just keep in mind, on the weekends, it's pretty busy here. So you can pay for parking if you pull your car in, or if you're biking in, it's free. If you're walking in, it's also free. All right, there's a squirrel. So we're going straight ahead. See how it breaks off to the left. Here's where we're keeping right again. This is probably one of the more aggressive hills going this way. So you're keeping right, and then you're gonna go underneath this overpass. Wonder if there was an animal on the road. So, yeah, I think this is probably one of the worst if you're going this specific trail. By the time I'm going, I'm gonna go over to this side. It's a bit more shade. But just take it slow and easy. Almost to the top. So there's a spot up here to our left. To our left? No, to our right. Some rocks and some logs to sit down. Right there. That trail right there kind of just goes to the top of that hill. I've been on that. There's some more advanced trails off to our left, up in there. Oh, rabbit. That maybe we'll do next time if you guys want me to. All the cars coming down right here, I believe, are going to Raging Waters. Oh, another rabbit in the road. This is a decent downhill. It's very bumpy though. So there is another trail off to our right, and it's pretty much all dirt though. Yeah, right there. So when I told you to always stay right when we went left, I believe that kind of intersects with it, but we're kind of going on this this boardwalk currently. There's another way to get into that trail I just showed you. It's up here in this parking lot. You have to jump a curb to get into it, or just lift your bike over the curb. But for this, the purpose of this video is once you know this road, this boardwalk, I'm gonna call it, that leads around the whole lake. Any side trail that you take usually intersects or leads back to this trail anyway. So once you know this trail, you won't be able to get lost because everything will go back to this trail anyways. So you'll be able to jump off of this whether you parked in the street or whether you parked at the airport parking lot. All right, so right here it is. So for the purpose of this trip, we're gonna keep going straight through these cones. But if you wanna get onto that trail, I believe the trail would be starting over here. So this is another parking lot. So here's one of the trails right here. Okay, and then there's another entrance down here. You're a bit more committed down here. Which is right here. You guys can see that. There's another entrance to that trail. But if you come down here, it's another parking lot. Kind of looks like another boat ramp. Yeah, it's definitely another boat ramp right here. More picnic benches. Definitely a good place to hang out and chill. So where we're gonna end up being is, see that that concrete berm, that wall right there? Yeah, we're gonna be on top of that in a minute here. So I would just follow this back out the way we came. There's an upper parking lot from here. But I think I'm just gonna ride back up. Not looking forward to it because it was a bit of an incline coming down, so gotta ride it back up now. And then we'll pick up right where we left off at. I've noticed on this, there's just a ton of like little offshoots that don't kind of go anywhere. Like this one goes to the parking lot and there's a view down here or a place you guys want to hang out, and maybe when the rest of the park is really busy, maybe this side won't be, but for just riding your mountain bike, there's a lot of places that just kind of go off into, just kind of lead back to the same spot. All right. So close to the airport, you can always hear the airplanes. No big jets or anything. Mainly it's a small private runway, so it's mainly propeller planes. All right, there's all the cars backed up for raging waters. Off to our left was where we came from, and then to our right is where we're going. A little downhill.
All right, you're gonna stick to our right. This little side gate's open when the big one's not open. But I pointed to that concrete berm. We're on top of one of two of them now. So here's the first one. The lake is still to our right. So one of the parking shuttles for Raging Waters coming up here. So there's another point you can park. It's kind of by a freeway overpass. And pretty much those trails lead to right up here to our left. They come out right up there. All right, so we're getting up on the second concrete part. Just like that, we're on the other side of the lake. So where I stopped us to show the lake, we're now on the exact other side of that. You can see it right there. So we're on the exact other side of it. So over here, it's a pretty good top-down view of Raging Waters. So you can see it right here. There it is. Only open during the summer. But all right, let's get back on our trip here. So over here, this turns into a bit of a downhill. Remember, we still got the lake to our right. And then towards the end of video 2 or part 2 of Bonelli, this is the road I came up upon over here on your right. So right there, this is the road. So even that trail over there led right back to this. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go through this and then we're gonna make a right here. I'm gonna downshift because this is a bit of a hill. Just gonna chug up this. There's this pretty cool wash thing over here. Kind of looks like a skateboard, like half pipe. All right, so we're not gonna ride on the road as long as we don't have to. There's this little shortcut right here. All right. Gonna go down this right here. I lean back in my seat a little bit. Try to bias the rear brake because it's a little bit sandy and loose. And then I'm gonna want to turn right here. And then you might remember this. This is the trail from the first and second video, part 1 and part 2. There we go. So we'll hang a left. We're on the second video. We went straight right there. So we're heading right back out to right where the boat ramp's at. The second, or the first, or I guess they have 2 boat ramps here. All right. And then just keep going straight. And then this is pretty much where I'm going to say that the boardwalk continues. See a lot more picnic spots. And then you just follow this back around. So there's I don't know when it's open, but on the other side, there's a kind of like a beach that's open. For some reason, they don't want you going in this side. I have seen people kind of just sitting on the beach here, but not, they don't really want you in the water. On the other side, they seem like they're okay with you being in the water. So we're just gonna keep following this around. There is a detour that I'll show you how to get back to the airport, but right up there is where the overlook was when we first started this, right after we got through the RV park. Right up there. And you can actually see the RVs on top of the hill there. Here's a good spot for pictures. Just keep following us around. It's a little bit more uphill right here. Nothing horrible. Last time I was through here, I saw a bunch of raccoons. A lot of geese off to our left there. So after the end of this, you're going to come right up to a parking lot, and it may not look like it, but the lake actually kind of slenders down up here. So to keep the lake to our right, you're going to need to go left right here. So just follow this parking lot into this corner up here, And I think some mountain bikers have piled up some dirt so that you don't have to jump the curb. So just follow this right here. And then it's pretty much it for the sidewalk. It's going to turn into kind of like a gravel. So we might not be able to see the lake, but it's turned into a bit of a stream, but it is off to our right. So you're just gonna keep riding this. The first video, that first trail, is actually all the way to our left on the other side of the street and that gazebo over there. Just so you guys got your bearings. So these trails off to our right, they just lead kind of in circles, kind of come back around. As far as I've experienced with them, they don't actually go anywhere. All right, so this is what we're looking for right here. All right, so off to our right is the trail that goes across the lake. So any landmarkers, there's like a gazebo thing right here. But pretty much this is the spot we're looking for. Now, if you go straight, this leads back into the road where we parked in the first and the second part, but you'll end up having to go all the way around the airport, which will add about 2 miles to the trip. All right, so this is pretty steep, and it is very gravelly. So I would lean back on your bike quite a bit, use your brakes, and then this has kind of changed over the years. You used to be able to pass over there when the water was low, but I think currently the best place to pass is actually over here. So this is what I was talking about. This stream, this is what the lake turned into. And this is why on all those other ones, I mean, there might be a spot where you can try to pass, but for the most part, this is gonna be your best avenue. So then walk your bike up this hill. Oh. All right. Since this goes down a little bit, I find it's easier to get a little bit of momentum right here to start back up this. All right. So this is a really nice trail. Kind of has like a lot of vegetation cover, and so it tends to get a bit cooler over here. I also think that this is a really good spot to take photos. Kind of nice little trails, high trees and shrubs. So this is what leads into that fork in the road that we took, where we cut off into the RV park. And I told you we were coming back up the other way. This is that other way. Man, I like how much cooler it is in here. Just keep following the main trail around. There's these tiny trails that just kind of go and look at the little stream. But I think it's pretty obvious which ones are the main trail. All right, so now it pretty much leads straight into that other part, and it's a bit uphill. It's pretty bad towards the top up here. My wife usually walks it with her bike. I'm a little bit more hard-headed. It's really fun to come down though, for sure. Squirrel. All right. So I start downshifting. Another squirrel. All right. Whatever you do, don't lose your momentum here. And then, yes, it does get steeper towards the top. Oh, okay, we made it up. So, there's the RV park. There's where we just came. And now we're just gonna head back this way. All right, so we're back on the airport road. You know, I could take you on that little side trail. This isn't it. This is just me having a little fun. So here's that side trail. It'll just lead back to up there. But it is kind of fun to go down. It's all dirt. Very bumpy. A bit muddy. Just keep going. I think up here's where I saw that coyote. There's a couple trails that lead off to the right. We're going to want to stay to the left. So right up here, hard to tell if you can see it, but the trails go right up there, and you could ride down them, but riding up them, I don't know, even riding down them is pretty bad. It's almost like you're doing push-ups with your kid jumping on your back. It is so bouncy and so just not very fun coming down. But I don't see how you could ride up it, maybe on an e-bike. But so yeah, you just keep left there, and it takes us right back into that trail right by the airport. All right, very bumpy. All right, just take your time getting up this hill. Definitely recommend maybe earlier in the morning or later in the afternoon. Yeah, definitely later in the afternoon, because you can get a good sunset shot over the lake. But, or just maybe in the spring or the fall rather than the winter here. All right, almost done. That was the last incline. All right. Go through the same gate. Come over here. All right. That is the end of the trip. Looks like we did it in about 50 minutes. There's a pretty good little diner in there called Norm's Hangar, and they have this balcony that you're sitting right next to the runway, and it's pretty cool. You can watch the airplanes take off and land. I've only got the breakfast burrito in there before. That's pretty good. But let's see what the phone says here. Yeah, the phone's about 50 minutes. All right, so we had a few excursions, but it was 6.32 miles, 51 minutes, 132 feet of ascent gain. So if you look right there, that's where we broke off and went this way around. You know, I'll just take a screenshot of it. It'll be a little bit easier. But anyways, that's it. Is there anything, let me know if there's anything else you guys want me to see or do. There's a bunch of more advanced trails that we could probably go on. But anyways, thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe, all that. Comment down below what I did wrong. See you later.